Hi, this is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Today we are on the topic of rightful authority. And when we practice our authority in the rightful way, it will help us to increase our people influence, because authority structures are meant for us to influence others in the right direction. Today's focus, we're going to talk about why loyalty is a result of direct investment. How do we directly invest into the lives of others so that there is loyalty? It kind of makes sense, because how can we exercise rightful authority if it is not reciprocated by loyalty? But then again, how do we develop a sense of loyalty from the people in our team? That is the question. What is the definition of loyalty? Loyalty is using difficult times to demonstrate my commitment to those I serve. And whether if your team is loyal to your leadership is oftentimes demonstrated during times of difficulty. When times are difficult and if people abandon ship during that time, then you know loyalty is missing. Now I'm going to talk about loyalty from the leadership perspective for this presentation. And the catchphrase for us to remember in the next few minutes is that loyalty is a function of investment, not a force by intimidation. In short, we cannot coerce loyalty. We cannot force people to be loyal. We can try and create the conditions for loyalty, but at the end of the day, it is up to the individual, because everyone has a free will. But that doesn't mean you and I as leaders in the organization sit back and do nothing. There can be something that we do, but it is an investment. And the very word investment itself carries the connotation that you do not get immediate results. The results will come later. So it is within our responsibility and maturity as leaders to invest first. Sometimes the results may not come immediately, but we must persist on. So let me share with you 3 steps on how we can directly invest into our people, and then loyalty will come about as the byproduct. The first people investment strategy is a very practical one. It's practice intentional conversations. Conversations are ways by which we connect with others. And it is the wise leader that takes regular moments to converse with his team. And that should go beyond just talking about work, because we need to realize that those in our team, they are more than just a dot on the org chart. They have a life outside of work. And when we show an interest in their family, when we show an interest in their hobbies, finding out what's going on, how is their health, how is their family, their children, and so on, it shows that we care. And the particular slogan that says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care is very true from this respect. Also, in practicing intentional conversation, it doesn't mean you talk all the time. Learn to ask good questions, and then listen. So many things can be done by not talking, but just asking good questions. Learn to read between the lines. Learn to be sensitive to other people's feelings. Ask open-ended questions. Don't say how are you and then just walk past. Say how are you and then pause and listen. You will be surprised in what you will hear. Strategy or step number 2 is being a defender and protector. I remember when I was a young marketing person, and I was assigned to work in Hong Kong for 6 months. I fumbled in one of the price negotiation with the distributors there, and I made a mistake. And what my boss did was, instead of coming in to grill me, he came in to defend me, to protect me, to help me. And basically he came in and took over the negotiation and guided me through and held my hand figuratively speaking, to walk me through the deal. So instead of shutting me off or belittling me, he came very quickly to help me to renegotiate the situation and put things into perspective. So he knew my intention was good, that I wanted to help, but I just wasn't capable. So he came in very quickly to help me and to defend me. And when I knew that my boss had my interests at heart, then that increased the level of loyalty that I had towards him and towards the organization. So be quick to come to your subordinates' aid. Don't be quick to judge. Secondly, remember that courage is more caught than taught. You know, in the olden days when nations would go to war, the king is usually the one to charge first. Why? Because that inspires courage, you see. So whenever you assign a difficult project or there is a difficult challenge, don't just pass down numbers to your team and expect them to meet numbers alone. Everybody knows that numbers go up, but not many leaders come and give courage to the team, to inspire them, to guide them, to motivate them. So although your team members might be the one meeting the sales numbers, it is your role to protect them, to give them courage by regularly communicating with them and motivating them and showing them by personal example what you are willing to do to help them. So show courage rather than just talk. The third step to people investment is to be committed to both reward and enforced. Leadership is a double-edged sword. Firstly, without reward, there is no incentive for improvement. So, this is as clear as day. You need to reward people for good performance. But not many realize the other side of the coin. That is, without punishment, there is no incentive for continuous improvement. If you just focus on reward alone and there is no discrimination between those who fare poorly and no action is taken for those who purposely go against where the organization is headed, then those who do wrong are allowed to live on for another day. And if those who do right see that those who do wrong are not punished for it, then there is no sense of righteousness or justice, and they feel that, hey, why should I go the second mile? Why should I stick out my neck where else those who compromise get away with it? So you see here, as a leader, and if you want to promote loyalty among those who do well, you must take the courage to take action against those who do not do well. Because if you don't take action against those who do not do well, those who want to do well have no incentive for continuous improvement, and worse still, they may turn out to be disloyal to you because they don't see any standards of integrity and righteousness. So, loyalty is using difficult times to demonstrate my commitment to those I serve. And I believe that in order to persuade our team to be loyal to the organization's cause, we must be very focused on investing directly to the people in our team. By practicing intentional conversation, by being a defender and protector, and by being committed to both reward and punish, or rather reward and enforced. So when we practice these 3 steps and invest in our people in the appropriate way, then we would have exercised rightful authority, and our influence over them will increase because we have directly invested in their lives. And the saying is true: you will reap what you sow. Think about it. This is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com.